day today. Here, I'm gonna set this on the windowsill right here. Let's hope it doesn't fall. Good. All right. I thought I would do something a little different. Not only is it just different that I'm producing or just basically sharing my original music with you, but I wanted to take you kind of like a behind the scenes vlog type of thing, narrating how I came up with the idea from start to finish, because I know some of you would really like to start making your own music, or sometimes it's just interesting to see what somebody else's process is, because then it helps you with your own process. A special thank you to Enya Music for sponsoring this video, and let's get started. So it all started with Dust in the Wind. I took the guitar music and I was transcribing it to the ukulele so that I could teach it to my Patreon patrons for January. And as I was playing it, I decided to I was just playing around with chord shapes and things like that, because I'm like, this is really fun. And I just started throwing my fingers at strings. And the rhythm is the same, but the picking pattern is different from Dust in the Wind, or how I arranged it. But I really liked the rhythm. And I thought, this sounds really, really pretty, and just started finger picking around with it. And then pretty soon this song took me about 10 minutes tops. Just things kept flowing and ideas. And I do write a lot, but I don't really share a lot of my music because I'm so busy making tutorials and, how-tos and technique videos. I actually didn't have any intention for anybody else to see this, but it was just something where I knew what I wanted to convey, what I was feeling. It's reflection of a place of contentment, of gratitude, of love, and not just love for my husband, but love for my kids, love for the life that we've worked so hard to try to maintain. For example, there's a lot of stuff that come at you and you become so busy with a lot of good stuff, you forget about the most important things. And then it just becomes a rat race rather than how should I put this? Life becomes too fast-paced. And when life becomes too fast-paced, it's really easy to forget about all of the wonderful things that are happening. It's really easy to rush past this part of your life and wish for the next part of your life. You're wishing this all, like, oh, I can't wait till the kids are a little bit older and they're all potty trained, and then they could talk to me and tell me what they need, and and then you miss it. You miss all of the beauty that was in front of you. And there's, that feeling of, oh man, I missed it. I wanted this song to reflect the opposite of that feeling of, oh, I missed it, of, man, I get to witness all of this beauty right here, right now, being present and being content where I am in this moment. And it's beautiful. Started tabbing it out on a program that I use called Guitar Pro, and I love Guitar Pro. Absolutely love it. It has really transformed how I transpose and transcribe and just write down rhythm pieces and just arrangement chord diagrams. You see all these chord diagrams on the top of my music sheets on Patreon, and then also you see them in my tutorials. I've taken those from Guitar Pro. It's just really, really cool. Leave me a comment in the comment section if you want to know more about Guitar Pro or how I use Guitar Pro. It's so easy to use. It's really transformed my life. Even if I didn't have an affiliate link, I would still link it down below. I would still promote it. So first came the arrangement, and then I practiced it. So I did sit down and I practiced it to make sure that the picking patterns were consistent, because if I wanted to teach it, then I wanted the recording to reflect the consistency. So it's like, if I was playing it live, I don't think anybody would care. You know what I mean? And then I recorded it separately. I used this Zoom recorder, especially with my low G Enya ukulele, because it does not have the Acoustic Plus in it, so I can't plug it in directly, and I use GarageBand on my Apple laptop. And then I recorded the guitar part, because the guitar part, like in my head, started to come to me as I was finger picking. And I knew what guitar I wanted to use. I knew I wanted to have just a small melody to accompany what was happening before, so that when I played the A section again, it wasn't just the same thing. I lined up the audio, all of the other tracks, and then because I did all of the work beforehand, putting it all together in the end was easy. If you skimp out on the recording process, and you're like, oh, I'll just fix it here and nudge things here a little bit in post. That's what you call when you're editing. Like you fix it in post, it actually ends up taking you a lot longer. And really you think like, oh, it'll be easy. In my experience, it rarely is ever easier. It's actually easier to have 15 or 20 different takes of your recording and do it right. Like if you get that one that is right, it is better to do it right in that recording session than to try to fix it in post. And you end up with something that's a little choppy and a little weird, or maybe not as beautiful as you'd want it to be, or seamless as you'd want it to be if you had done it the other way, where you're just like, I'm just gonna fix it in post. So that's something that I've learned. I'm like, I gotta be patient with myself. So trust the process of trying to do it right and do it well, no matter how many takes it gets. And then the other part of the production, aligning everything together, is going to be so much easier if you do it that way. Thanks for joining me on this little behind the scenes. Do you write songs? What genre do you write them in? Have you ever wanted to write a song, but maybe we're too scared to do it? And if you would like to learn the song, I am going to leave a link over here if that tutorial is not up yet. And I will see you soon. Oh, I forgot. Oh, remember, you are loved. Yes, you. Especially you.